As I navigate my own season of transition, I've been learning how to balance it all, showing up for my friends, myself, my kids, my platforms without losing sight of who I am. By studying how Jesus practiced self-care while caring for others, I've discovered how to walk in purpose, how to nurture those around me, and still pour into myself. So today I am inviting you into my day to see how I'm living out that balance and how you can too, where faith, family, career, and self-care all come together even in the midst of change. Hey sis, good morning. It is Saturday. Today we're going to do a week in my, not a week, a day, okay? It's early Saturday morning. Oh, look at my cute little baby. He's going to be turning 10 soon. I still can't believe it. Anywho, it is Saturday, 7:15. I wanted to wake up a little bit earlier, but we being me, Ebony, and Maya, went to support Sade yesterday because she spoke at her church. She's the director of the women's ministry at World Changers, and they were having a women's event, like a worship event. And she spoke. So we went there last night to go support her. And then we've been calling it Holy Girl Summer, but it's turning into Holy Girl 2024. But in true Holy Girl Summer activities, we went out to eat. And so I was tired. One thing about this video that I want you to get out of it is that balance is not necessarily between how do you balance all the different categories of your life. Like, yes, but the most important thing in balance is balancing your decisions, what you need in that moment and what your future self needs, and balancing between that. So I didn't wake up as early as I had initially planned because we were at dinner later than I intended. And yes, I have a lot of stuff on my list today, but baby, rest. You really cannot function without sleep, right? And quality sleep at that. But I'm not a person who needs necessarily a full 8 hours. But girl, if I don't have at least 6, I cannot function. So we are up a little bit later. I do live by a checklist, sis. Especially on days like this, I need to go pack because we're leaving today for a family trip, and I'm going to an influencer event with a brand that I am so excited about. We'll get to that later. The boys have belt promotion in their Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which starts at the same time that my event ends. So their dad is coming to get them, to take them to go get their haircuts and go to jiu-jitsu. I am planning to meet them so I could at least like see and support it if time will allow. That is the current plan. And then we all need to race to the airport to go and catch this flight. So I'm taking you with me today, a super busy day, so I can't guarantee a whole bunch of angles, but I still think that it was important for me to bring you with me today so that you can see how I practically approach juggling all of the things that are important to me. Because if anybody was the master of balance, baby, it was Jesus. It was Jesus. We saw him put the needs of others before himself, yet still balance that alongside self-care and walking with his purpose and nurturing relationships and attending events and family gatherings that were important to him, right? We see him live that life as an example to us that you can too. You can absolutely pour into yourself while pouring into others, while walking in purpose. And so, baby, I'm gonna use that example. I'm not going to lean on the words of society, which will tell you that you have to put yourself completely on the back burner, or that balance is not realistic. Because we're taught that balance looks like doing every role equally, and that's not true. It's a juggling act. I used to actually call the series that I did on Instagram and TikTok It was like a short form day in my life. I used to call it the juggling act, because that's what balance really looks like. It's making those decisions between what is important right now, what is important next, prioritizing the order of that. Some things you just are not going to be able to do for a season, for a day, and you can come back around and do it in the order in which is the optimal. Okay, so focus more on the juggle of life instead of trying to balance things so they're weighted equally. Stop saying you don't have time to take care of yourself, because that whole hygiene routine took me 10 minutes. And that's with filming. Okay, to the next. The other thing that we learned from the life of Jesus as far as self-care goes is that he prioritized his own spiritual journey and his own relationship with God. Before and after every major event, like feeding up to 5,000, for example, that he goes to go into solitude. Like the word tells us that he goes into solitude quite a bit to pray on his own, without the disciples, without friends, so that even though he prioritized serving others and pouring into them, teaching, leading, he also prioritized his own time with God. And so that is what I'm going to do. Even though I'm like, clearly we have so much to do today, my strength, our strength comes from the strength of our faith journey, the strength that we have in our relationship with God, to allow him to give us the capacity to handle all of the things that he has called us to, all of the things that we desire to want to have on our plate. If anybody was too busy with purpose and managing all of their different roles, it was Jesus. And if he could find time to prioritize going into solitude for prayer and spending time with the Lord, we can too. Okay, his example shows us that that comes first. That is priority. And honestly, my day feels so much better when I do it.
High volume, high volume, high volume.
Girl, I just realized that their jujitsu uniforms are still in the car. Listen, thank you, Lord, for bringing things back to my memory, because we're going to have to do a really quick wash so that these uniforms are ready. Because they can't go to jujitsu and get belt promoted with stinky uniforms, especially now that Trey is in the adult class. Girl, them boys be working. Okay, so I just noticed uniform. Okay, if you've ever been to a jiu-jitsu studio, you know what it smelled like in there after they get done. Where are these uniforms? They might be in the trunk. Yeah, let's go wash these quickly. This laundry room is one of the areas that I want to renovate or refresh next. I'm looking for inspiration on Pinterest right now, and also the time, okay? Because what we say, we have to balance decisions and priorities, and clearly I don't have time for this right now, but soon and very soon, we're gonna redo this laundry area. We have to do a quick wash shoulder. Hi guys. Okay, go do your hygiene routine, please. Bye. To the place you make when I tell you. saw last week's video, at least I think it's last week's video, a prior video where we went to my friend Ebony King's book launch. I have been reading her book, Empower at Mornings and Nights, child, and you can read this from cover to cover if you'd like, but the way that she has encouraged us, or encouraged me to read it, is to go through, and the way that you're feeling at the time that you're reading or what you feel like you need, you can pick that chapter and focus on that. Each chapter covers a different power of. So you have the power to shine, the power of obedience, the power of inspiration, the power of disruption, the power of transformation, and so on and so forth. This morning, I'm going to read the power to pour, embracing the capacity of your anointing. I feel like it's very on theme with what we're doing today. So I'm going to read that before I go into my Bible study. I'm backlit. I'm so sorry this lighting's terrible, but just bear with me for a second. So in this chapter, one of the stories that Ebony really draws from is a story of the prophet Elisha and the woman with the oil. So I'm going to use that as my jumping point for reference for my individual Bible study. Right now, that's pretty much how I'm doing my Bible study time, is like focusing on a particular concept, or starting from, right now, you know, I'm reading Ebony's book, but I also have been reading the 30 Truths for Common Lies from the Daily Grace Co, just again as a jumping off point, since I'm not doing like a strict, not that all devotionals are strict, because I'm not a strict devotional type of girl. I like to go at my own pace anyway. But that's just kind of how I've been approaching Bible study right now in this season. And I like it. It gives me variety. It spices up the things that I want to do. I'm trying to have a daily practice around. It adds some spice to life. It is currently 8:27. The kids are having breakfast. You know, my kids are older, so they're pretty much like self-sufficient when it comes to like breakfast, dinner, sometimes dinner too, okay? My oldest son is 13 and he is the air fryer king. Okay, so they're taking care of breakfast. I have an hour before I have to leave to go to my influencer event, so I'm actually going to use this time to pack. It shouldn't have taken me that long because I haven't really unpacked from Florida. Now hear me out, okay? I have washed the things and folded the things that came back from Florida, but they all went back into the suitcase. It just pushed up out of the way because then I had to just roll into back to school prep. So I'm feeling like the outfits that I packed for the boys for Florida should work for this trip. I actually need to check the weather while we talking about it. Let's see. Because it's not a long trip. Today's Saturday. We're leaving today. And then we're coming back to Atlanta on Tuesday. So it's not like we need a bunch of stuff anyway. And my toiletries are set. I'm about to do my makeup for this event. My hair is already braided, so I don't have to worry about hair. Oh, it's pretty cool in Ohio. Hi, sis. I'm not behind today. I'm doing great on time. I'm already gonna be dressed for the airport and ready. And look, my bag's packing. I'm packing. I just read The Power to Pour and finished my devotional and all the good things. I had to get off the phone because it's time to concentrate. They're gone to their haircuts and jujitsu. I have 10 minutes. I'm giving myself 10 minutes to pack for me. So girl, I'm just pulling dresses and that's what we're wearing. Like I said, I'm only going for a couple of days anyway, but I need to go ahead and start getting ready for this event if I'm going to make it on time. And it looked like it's going to be relatively cool anyway, so I'm just grabbing midi length dresses that I can do, like, you know, family stuff in. But like if we decide to go walk around downtown, these would work, or go to dinner. I do need to bring like at least one night out outfit just in case. Something cute. Oh, she's cute. Boom. Night out. Period.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Jazzy Fizzle production. Whoa, Missy, the princess is here. Automatic, supersonic, hypnotic, funky, fresh. My body's so melodic, this beat rolls right through my chest. Everybody wanting Poppy came to party.
It is 9:30. I would show you the time, girl, but my phone is over yonder. I just finished packing. I should be leaving now to go to this event, but it's fine. I'm about to leave shortly. I know what I'm wearing. I just need to do like a quick little face. It is a skincare event, so I'm not going to do anything crazy because I believe we may be washing our face while we're there, but I don't want to show up just like completely, you know, with nothing at all. So I'm just going to do like a little concealer, a little blurring balm, because this does such a good job at just like evening out your skin tone without adding a bunch of product. It functions more like a skin tint, I think. If you get it in your color. If you get it just in the translucent, then it'll function like a primer. But it is so good. So good. So I think what I'm going to do is pack a little to-go bag so that I can freshen up for the airport on the fly without having to dig back into my suitcase. And then I can just carry that stuff with me on the plane in my carry-on. I'm rushing, sis, so we just go montage and voice over this part on out, okay?
Your ability to juggle all of the roles that you have is not a desire to do it perfectly. It's okay if it feels a little messy. It's okay if it feels a little rushed some days. Your emotional health is tied to understanding the information that your emotions are trying to tell you, not about being able to plaster on a smile or being stoic and just trudging through the day. It is not a badge of honor to be like, oh my gosh, I am so tired. This is the hardest job I've ever done, but it's worth it. I can't imagine myself doing anything else. Actually, you should be able to imagine yourself doing your roles and doing them well and still allowing space for your emotions. If Jesus can express his emotions, if he can weep, if he can express frustration,
that was a
you
5-minute
can
face.
too.
Okay.
Your emotions are tied to your humanity, and pretending as if this is the best thing that you've ever done, even while you're struggling, does not allow you to find better ways to handle everything that is on your plate.
just to add a little bit more like oomph, I think I'm going to add a scarf to like the back of my little ponytail, but I'm going to put the scarf through a ponytail holder, like tie it onto the ponytail holder. That way the scarf will stay in my hair without slipping out, because don't nobody got time to adjust this scarf every 2 seconds because it want to slip out of my hair. Nobody has time for that. So tie it to the ponytail holder and then put your ponytail holder around your ponytail. If it looks crazy, I'm gonna fix it in the car. I need earrings. We're gonna go with Afternoon Delight for today's fragrance because it's very a yummy vanilla. I love it so much, but it's still like clean and it's playful, but not too playful where you feel like a little girl. You know, it's still vanilla but grown lady. Spray myself just one more time. I am here at the event, but girl, the traffic is crazy. So, you know how we were talking about balancing decisions? And I'm filming on my phone, so excuse the lighting. But, girl, I've been in traffic for about 10 minutes now just to turn into Ponce City Market, like not trying to park or anything. I haven't even made it to try and find a parking. They did send us Uber vouchers for this event, but because I'm trying to get from here after this to the kids' Bell's promotion, I decided to drive myself. As you see, I was running a tad bit behind, so the traffic is definitely not helping. So we are going to see, and I'm going to play this by ear. I'm not going to be stressed about it or anxious about what happens. If I can make it through all of the installations that they have for this event, great. If not, I can capture what I can and try and get out of here so I can make it at least to see the kids get their belts, you know, or at least just to swing by really quick to be like, yeah, you know, congratulations, you did it, that kind of thing. We will see how it goes. I'm actually turning in, girl, the way that I am cutting people off, I am so sorry. May God be with you, okay? But like I said, this is definitely one of those times where when it comes to juggling it all, sis, sometimes you got to make decisions in the middle of the thing, okay? And I'm really working on not getting worked up, but it's a lot of people in this line already. I know it opens to the public at 11:30. It is currently 10:25, so we shall see how this goes. I'll show you what it looks like. It looks really cute over there, though. I'm really excited. I was really trying to go park on the charger so my car can charge. I mean, it's pretty charged, but girl, the way that they got everything blocked up because of the event, I'm just about to. Finding a parking really wasn't that bad. So I just need to pay for parking real quick and hit the ground running. Let's go.
So what I do is rub my hand until it foams up, and then I'll move it out. That's good. See on your hand. You can tell it's not going to be scratchy. That's good. That's what it is.
I just walked around for an extra like 5 minutes trying to find my car. I was looking in the wrong deck. Help us, Lord. But we made it. We got all of our CeraVe goodies. I am headed to the one errand that I have to run before we go head to the airport. The kids, Cedric just called me and told me that they are not going to the belt promotion because they were running behind with haircuts. And it didn't make sense at that point. So not going to go see the boys get their belts promoted because they're not gonna be there either. Okay, so let us see if I can run in and run out of the bank, because that's the only thing I need to do before I head to the airport. I have no idea where I'm at. Because they have all the normal parking lots blocked off that I normally park at, I have zero idea where I'm at. Okay, my skin actually doesn't look that bad at all. Okay, 5-minute face. But we are headed to the bank, and then next that you're going to see me is at the airport. Praise be.
Just ahead, drop off Yanique on the right.
Could bet that, never gotta split that. Could bet that, never gotta split that. Could bet that, never gotta split that. You could bet that, never gotta split that.
Welcome to Cleveland. We have made it. We made it through. That's right. Made it through. Oh, we made it. Didn't think we was gonna make it, but we did.
What do you mean? I knew we were gonna make it, just not this fast.
No, I was talking about on the plane.
What do you mean?
I thought
Oh,
we
you
was
thought
gonna
you
make
were
it on
gonna
the
miss the plane?
I thought we was gonna miss that flight, y'all.
I
If
don't
we
get it.
didn't have a pre-check, we wouldn't have made that flight. If anyhow we had to walk through that security line, we would definitely.
Probably, yeah. But it's not, we got pre-check. Daily flush.
Remember?
Well, they did.
I see keychains.
You see keychains. Okay, Oprah.
They didn't have it.
The bag that almost wasn't.